morning. I want to thank Surjalal for his kind words. Jupiter is always remembered by everyone here. I want to thank our esteemed guest. The first time I was in Manipur was in 1989, 2 years before my wedding there in 91. I continue to go back to Manipur every 2 years. I have a home there. I have all my family there. What's nice, because of technology, is that I now have 2 nieces and 1 nephew from Manipur. There are now 4 Yambem families in America, and I keep in touch with them via Facebook, most likely. And I can keep track of all my nieces and nephews, especially in fall, through Facebook. So that way I know what's going on. So Jupiter loved Manipur, his first home. He loved Darjeeling, his second home. And he loved New York and America, his third home. He was a very, very social person. Being a banquet manager at Windows on the World, he just loved people. He loved to make people happy. And when the idea of starting Nama started, he was so excited. He was so happy that he would be gathering with people from his home on a yearly basis. And, you know, there's things put out there about what will we do as Nama and how will we advance and how will we help the people of Manipur. But Jupiter wanted to just have fun. He wanted everyone to gather, enjoy a wonderful meal, dance Tabal Chamba, and enjoy each other's company. Maybe perform a little, but definitely cut up some fish and cook that fish the best that he could. And make the best rice and the best dal and the best arumba and, you know, the whole singju and the whole bit. He was into the food and just loving his culture and his people. So he would have been so happy to see everyone here and how Nama has progressed. Our first meeting was a group of about 6 families, I believe. So we didn't know what direction it was going to go in, even if more Manipuris were going to come into America. Jupiter and I met in 1981 in college, and there was maybe 8 families or so that we knew of in the whole country. Now there's students coming all the time, and young families, and people with careers, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to witness. And I'm so happy that Nama has continued, and to see students here, you know, college students and families with young children. Nama is flourishing, and that makes me very happy, and it would have made Jupiter extremely happy. So I thank everybody, especially the people who are a little younger than me, who have taken the reins. I remember we hosted it at our house, actually, in our town several times, and how much work went into organizing and planning and putting on an event like this, even though we were a little smaller back then. But you've done a marvelous job, and I really, really appreciate that. So I thank you for remembering Jupiter, and I'm very thrilled to be here, and I will continue to be here when I can. Our son is 20 years old now. I've shown some people his picture. He's a handsome lad. He has some of Jupiter and some of me, and he's planning, actually, when he gets done with his college that he's in now, he'd like to spend at least a month or 2, maybe 3 in fall, and really experience his culture there, more than just a week or so every couple of years. So he's very interested in continuing on the traditions of Manipur. So he actually is working this weekend. He does catering, so he's not able to be here, but someday he will be again. I'm also remarried. I was married almost 10 years ago, and my husband has also very much accepted that, you know, the culture of Manipur and our home in Manipur is very much a part of who we are. So that's a blessing. I didn't get remarried and say, okay, my past and my family in Manipur is no longer important, because my family in Manipur is also still my family and still a part of who I am. We have a home there, we have all our family there, and I just love going back and seeing everything and doing everything that Manipuris do. Just one little quick political statement. To me, the most wonderful thing about Manipur is the arts, the dance, the drama, the music. And I have such an issue with moving away from that because of the political struggles in Manipur. I would hate to see the culture of Manipur take a second seat because of the insurgencies and the government problems. And I'm not sure how to deal with that and how to solve that, but I think that's something that we have to always remember, that, you know, the wonderful, wonderful traditions of Manipur have to be preserved because they are so unique. They are unique amongst all of India and amongst all of the world. Nobody does the dances that we do. Nobody has the food that we do. Nobody does, you know, the drama. And we have to preserve that because it's an amazing place, an amazing culture. And I'm just so glad to be part of it. And also miss my husband when I come to these, because he would be so glad to be here and so glad to be a part of this organization still. But thank you very much.
I obviously came in front of you. I'll try to take very little time. Nama has been on top of our minds for a long time. There has been times when we thought it will not survive, and this morning it's very clear to everyone that it will more than survive. And I think that's the happy story of the Silver Jubilee celebration. Couple of things I would like to share with you. My involvement or experience with Nama. As Lukhoi also mentioned, it has become very professional. I wouldn't mean just of the people of Nama, but the way it is run. It wasn't, I mean, obviously, because there were about 3 or 4 families, we were all together, we'll run everything in the way everyone knows everything. Now has come to the stage when we cannot run like association like in that fashion, and a certain degree of professionalism is needed. That is, you run it as a professional organization on the basis of certain understanding and rules. I think we are there, or if not there, we are very close to it. We can do better, and that I think is a very positive thing. The other aspect of Nama, like I feel is important, is the member's sense of commitment or service. In US, service or volunteering is very important. It's a very strong component of our lives here. And we all want to serve and volunteer, but sometimes we may be less outcoming. We may not come out as readily, as easily. I would urge, especially the younger members, to give your time and work with Nama or any other volunteer organization and serve the society and the community. Being a person of my age and coming from the university, you cannot avoid easily giving this kind of advice-like statements, but I think it is important. The other aspect is something to do perhaps with Manipur, but in general, when we work together, we want something to be done and whatever we are doing to be successful. And that needs teamwork, and when we work as a team, we succeed. If the team doesn't function very well or the way we desire, it may not succeed. Personal elements can come in. And we have to sort of take things in the broadest and most positive ways. Sometimes it can be somewhat new to some people, but we should not take things personally. If I pull up a member of the executive committee and say this is the way it should be done, it's not most likely because I don't like that person. It's because I want the organization to thrive and be better. So with these 3 points, I'm very happy to share with you the celebration of the Silver Jubilee of Nama, and we are very proud, those who have been in the early process of founding. And I would like to mention Tamo Nava, who could not be here today. When we came to US, this time we came in '87, for a few years we had heard of another Manipuri family in the country. The doctor in Ohio, I forget the name. He was the only Manipuri family that we knew of. And within a few years we heard about Tamo Nava, and that he was in DC, Washington DC area where we live, and we still live there. And we were very excited. And his family was the first that we met. And then we met Nancy and Jupiter and many other families. And now I cannot count how many families are there. This is a very happy situation. It makes me very happy. I'm sure we'll all enjoy the event today, and we'll keep in touch, and let's enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamo. Next, I request Tamo Desa Sinha to be here on stage.
Happy Party of Nama! Thank you. Happy Charlotte! Hi, Charlotte! Hello, Charlotte! Thank you, everyone. Before starting anything, I'd like to request Dr. Sharma to come here and help me to declare the names of the founding members. Thank you.
This time is not by my choice.
Thank you.
I'm asked to read this. Let me give you a background. In 1992, the first convention of Nama, the founding convention, was convened by Dhrita and Tamo Nava. And this is the document that summarizes or prepared by Dhrita. So I'll simply read and let's hear what we have. Conveners of North American Manipur Association, Navaghanashyam Sinha, Dhrita Kumar Sinha. First convention venue, Brooklyn, New York, July 4th, 1992. Main selection. Majority of votes among all the proposed names, North American Manipur Association. Manipur is phrased by Dr. A.S. Sharma against the term Manipuri proposed by Navaghanashyam Sinha. Names of the founding members of Nama. Navaghanashyam Sinha, Crystal Stevens, Manihar Sinha, Santiwala Pevam, Adhikari Surjalal Sharma, that's me, Dhrita Kumar Sinha, Lakshmi Tombi Sinha, that's Dhrita's wife, who could not be here today, Somi Roy, Jupiter Yambem, we talked about Jupiter just now, Nancy Yambem, Anil Sinha, Satyajit Sinha, Chandrasekhar, Deepu Sinha, and attended children were Nupur Sinha, Navin Sinha, Vikla Sinha, Lechen Sinha, Koirin Sana Sinha, Ratna Sinha. My son Tonku was there.
Sorry.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Excuse me. Could you help me to adjust? I'm not the tall guy. Oh, yeah. Hello everyone, how are you today? We are 25 years younger. Ikai Kunavada Matik Charva, the city president, chief guest, Amazon special guest on I think Biriba, Ichina was my own city Biriba. Mr. President, honorable chief guest, and additional guest, respectable ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. It's really a remarkable day for us, for all of us. It is our collective achievement. And I'm very grateful to be here with you. Before starting anything, can I request you all, let us shake hands out together, side by side, wherever you are, please. Thank you. Thank you. Forgive me, a lot of things I'll be probably repeating. A lot of people heard this story, but for some people, probably this is the first time. Now let us see who is the first time here in this meeting. Could you raise your hand? Oh, thank you, thank you. Welcome to North American Military. I've been listening since yesterday. A lot of people told me I joined 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 8 times. But to me, I was never absent. Physically, I couldn't be there with everyone, but in my mind and heart, I always joined. Thank you. Let me give you a short synopsis. In 1991, summertime, Tamo Manihar, Itamer Shanti, my wife, myself, Satyajit Sinha, and 4 other children, we had a dinner party in my apartment. At that time, we discussed ourselves to have a meeting, to have an association to form for the sake of all the Manipuris and people for the generations to come. But we decided we'll not form for ourselves in that very tiny room. We decided we'll find a gentleman or some lady who is the senior-most person in North America. Accordingly, we have been searching someone, and we found Mr. Navaganasam Sinha is the senior-most person according to our culture. Since we didn't have internet or any other form of communication, we couldn't find anyone else. So finally, I found Mr. Navaganasham's phone number, and I called him, I approached him. He was very, very supportive, and he showed a green signal. He came 4 times to New York. I was in Brooklyn. He helped us to form this organization. Then we decided both of us would convene. We became conveners, and we sent letters to every addresses we knew at the time. We mailed by regular mail, and then on top of that, I advertised in India Abroad and Times of India. I got a lot of phone calls. It was my phone number on the advertisement. I got a lot of phones from Meitei families, Vishnupriya families, and Assamese people, Jewish origin, even Punjabi people, those who are associated in Manipur. I welcome them all. I thank them. I told them, feel free to join. Later on, a week before the meeting, I had problems. A lot of people didn't know that I didn't express. A group of our people told me some group, namely Vishnupriya. They told me if they join, we'll walk out. I was at a loss of what to do. I was holding some women and I told them, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just to hold it. Next day I called them and told them, listen, I already invited them, they will be here. And if you don't join, history will prove, and it is your responsibility to join. It is your choice. And I know you will be joining, you will not be left out. Finally they joined. This is the way we start. And according to our plan, we arranged the July 4th. Ms. M.K. Binodini was our chief guest, who is no more alive, but still we remember her. She embraced that very post on that very day. According to our plan, Mr. Navogana Shamsingha became president of that very day, and according to our plan, he became the first president of NAM. Before going to that, the very term North American Manipur Association, we had to call, and by the grace of God and with the help of you, I was fortunate enough to be the moderator of that day. I called. After the president, we had all the posts and this and that, and then General Secretary's it was there at that time. I was thinking, I was looking on the, in the hall, then I thought, this is a term related with Manipur. I should look for someone who is born and brought up in Manipur. Then I found Jupiter was there. By that time, chief guest was telling me, whispering, why don't you take this post? Then I thought, no, I'm sorry, ma'am. I couldn't keep your word, keep your advice. And then I proposed Jupiter Yambem. And he did the perfect thing, and my choice was perfect at that time. Now, we had a problem. We had a lot of names proposed by a lot of people, including myself. But we did it democratically. We had election process, and then finally majority came with North American Manipuri Association. The term Manipuri, we changed it with the help of Dr. Sharma. He was telling us if we keep Manipuri only, probably it will go for only Métis people. So we will keep inclusive. If we use the term Manipur, probably it will be covered everything. So that's the way we came up with the term North American Manipur Association. All right, now next. A lot of things are my own experience. The first day, it was in Brooklyn, in an elementary school, but the custodian was absent. All of our people, they were standing in front of the school gate. I couldn't figure out what to do. It would not happen. We waited probably 45 minutes. Dr. Sharma was there, Nancy was there. I had to run. I couldn't stand there. What's going on? We couldn't do it on that day. If we had to walk out, we could not be here today. Then I ran nearby all the restaurants or any place, wherever I found one. I told them, I'm taking this room. They told me how much you were paying. I told them whatever you want. I want this room. So finally, we got that. The gentleman told me, listen, food has to be served in this restaurant. We are not allowed, and I will not allow any other food from outside. I said, thank you, but one thing, we'll order snacks, drinks, other main food, I'm sorry, we prepared, so you have to accommodate us. It's not a matter of money, I have to make it. I convinced him. Finally, we got the room, and I ran away, went back to that group, and I called them. Finally, we are here today. In between the session, our chief guest, she went out and came back and uttered that very sentence. Well, I thought someone proposed from us, International Manipur Association. And finally we got North American Manipur Association. Chief guest told me, probably a lot of people didn't hear that. She was telling me, I thought it is Ima. No, it's Nama. In Manipuri term, different meaning. Anyway, that's the way we chose. Anyway, after that very day, convention, after the meeting, I was fortunate enough to serve food to everyone in my tiny apartment. So today is the 25th day, and I was fortunate enough, every 25 presidents, probably it is 24, I guess, presidents, including the late chief guest, M.K. Binodini, I was fortunate enough to serve every president, and this very late. Thank you, I was fortunate enough. Now, let me tell you, let me summarize. We did a lot, and we achieved a lot, but a lot of hurdles. A lot of people don't know. We did not have exact scenario Marbury versus medicine of the United States of America. Probably a lot of people, probably some of you know this case. It is a very interesting case. If you have time, you can study. You can read Marbury versus medicine, United States case. Anyway, but we have different type of experiences. Like we had a resignation, Nama president. Resignation of General Secretary, resignation of Treasurer. Probably a lot of people don't know. It was very difficult for us. We handled it, we tackled it, resolved it. We successful. Thank you. Not only that, we had other experiences too. We had a day, let's say for example, today we'll be electing or selecting Board of Trustees. We had advisory board. We will be changing the terminology as Board of Trustees. So we had election day for the executive team. On that very day, we did not have that. We did not. We had a declaration that today we'll have election for executive team, but we did not have. Some type of scenario came up. We understood, we resolved. I got a lot of phone calls. I was not the president at that time, but we convinced, we resolved it. We handled it. This is for your experience. I hope it will not repeat. I hope we'll know each other, we'll respect each other, we'll do accordingly. Thank you. At that time, I told them, a lot of family members, a lot of NAMA members called. I told them, listen, we have to understand, we have to know a lot of things. King never dies. This is British Constitution. King never dies, so our presidency, our team member, head of the family, will be always there. So don't take it otherwise. So our committee will be there, So that's the way we resolve. Now later on, it came up, I have to repeat this thing, Dr. Sharma, Nancy also described about Jupiter, I have to add myself. When we started, after several days, Jupiter came to my apartment and we discussed a lot of things, how we can process, how we can be successful, a lot of things. He came to my apartment, we discussed. Anyway, the sad thing came, 9/11. I was in the office on that very day. We had some computer problems, some computer technician came, told me, start your computer. That's what he told me. He came in. I said, what's going on? What are you telling me to start a computer? I didn't know. He told me, listen, World Trade Center is this way. After probably within half an hour, second tower gone. I saw it the right way. I was thinking of a Jupiter. I had Nancy's phone number, but I didn't have that courage to call her. I thought maybe something wrong. I didn't call. I didn't want to call her. I called Dr. Dilli, some other guys. Finally, we found their cellulose. Later on, I called Nancy. Anyway, wherever he is, let God save him, keep him in good shape. Anyway, life goes on. In between, we did not have connection among the old family members, old members and new members. We had a gap, the bridging the dots. We could not connect ourselves. At that time, I call him as Machiavelli of Nama. Anil Sharma. He was the president at that time. I called him, listen, we're in good shape, but we are not bridging the gaps. So we should be connected. I called him and he told me, I feel the same way. I need to come up, he told me. Then I thought, probably Dr. Sharma is the right person. I called him, I told him, listen, you have to play this role. He agreed on that. We went back to New York. I think that's Staten Island. We went there. Dr. Reminiscing was also there. So we joined there, and I framed that way. Dr. Surjalal Sharma, the president, he contributed, he played the role gladly. Thank you for that. And we have been continuing this way. Without his help, probably we could not do it. Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Later on, we faced a lot of other problems too. Our Canadian members, they raised a question that, listen, we are not represented properly. We couldn't figure it out. We tried to resolve it. And Sushil was the president at the time, and Lukoy was the general secretary. Both of them tried their level best. And Dr. Sharma, Dr. Pukhrambam, and myself, I joined with them. We tried to convince. We tried our best. Finally, they joined that very convention. It was in Toronto. But later on, they formed another association. That's the story. We couldn't keep in proper shape, but still, door is open for them. They are still with us. That's what we think. Everybody is open here, no blocking. Whoever is from Canada or wherever it is open for everyone. Thank you. I see Manipur has 34 ethnic groups, but we could not bring or unite ourselves here in North America. This is probably for our own mistake, or it may be their own judgment not to join with us. I say this is partially our achievement, partially probably is our fault too. I don't know how they felt, but you are most welcome. We achieved a lot of things, but we could not deliver our feelings, bondage with respect to culture, language, to our next generation. You see a lot of college-going, school-going family members, they are joining it here, the second generation. And a lot of us, U.S. citizens here, born and brought up here, we have to contribute in this country. This is our role. This is not only for Manipur. We are here. This is our homeland now. We have to contribute in this country. Now, I urge all of you that a lot of our speakers yesterday mentioned that we are not speaking in Manipuri language here. I thank you for thinking of that very issue. I urge to do more activities for our North American member families. It is our individual and collective responsibility to preserve our culture, language, entity. This is the most important aspect. I urge you all, please look into this matter. There have been stretches of history when social fabrics is not opined with sociotherapy. Social virus lay dormant. Sometimes it would flare up here and there, then fade away after a brief but fierce burst of fever. At other moments, it has spread with the speed of a firestorm, a pandemic, consuming everything in its path, sucking away the oxygen of humanity towards building concrete nationalism, towards internationalism. Cultural psychology seeks to understand how forces of society, culture influence individuals' thought, feelings, behaviors. People shape their culture. Groups can affect behavior. Language is one of the most important factors of a nation. but we should not hammer the linguistic minorities as it happened in Manipur, when Manipuri language was enshrined constitutionally in India. A language is at risk of being lost when it no longer is taught to younger generations. According to the UNESCO, there are estimated 6,000 languages spoken worldwide today, and half of the world's population speaks the 8 most common. Computer scientists estimate that a mere 10% of the world's languages are used online. Google allows its users to select from 36 languages, and 28 of those are European in origin. Internet provider VeriSign estimates that 65 to 70% of all internet content is in English. I urge not to distort in pursuit of power, self-promotion. Let us turn the chapter. World's biggest derby is now Manipur with respect to games. Manipur had many issues since 33 AD. Kingdom was lost territory, gained, regained, lost human beings, migrated, lost power, lost sovereignty, King Yambem Constitution, 1947 Constitution, lost Dharma, lost King Khagemba's point, flag, rules and regulations, court, justice, national entity, army to defend, enlarge the nation, culture, strict governance, separation, powers, on and on. Manipur in recent history, probably this is the most difficult chapter of the history facing now. Cabo Valley issue is not only shocking, but the judgment of the leaders was more than that. I'm sorry, I took time. Yes, I'm finishing as soon as possible. This is the most challenging part. Manipur should be bifurcated into 2 union territories: the hills for the tribal communities and valley for the Métis. Outer Manipur Lok Sabha MP, thanks to Baite, seemingly gave his nod. Anyway, Manipur is a multi-ethnic place, groups that live in harmony. Thank you for giving me a chance this very day. And I thank you, and I'm sorry I took your time a bit. Anyway, finally I have to say, India could not consolidate its identity. Manipur has the same issue. We should learn from the history of this United States of America. This is a multi-ethnic nation. I hope and pray we will be reasonable, we will succeed. And let me conclude, as Nelson Mandela said, as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Long live Nama. Nijeri Kuramjeri Nijeri Aifaba. Thank you all.
Letter really going out, not email or not any on the cloud, but it was on the ground. So it says the chap at Gurumjeri, Lalit and Swornalata. I'm going to say that there are about family of about 12 people. Right? So when it started, it was 12 people around. That's what the Nama invitation went out. And at the time, myself and my wife, we got married and came back. So we were not able to travel from Mississippi, to New York. And I was not driving, I think. So we missed that, but we were informed that association is coming. So Dhrita and Guru Sinha and Sinha, that's the first day, the first one, okay? But we could not get it. So the next year we tried to make it. So we went to the next Nama, that was in Washington DC, right? 2003, we drove from Jackson, Mississippi to Washington, and I remember Charlotte was driving. Because in downtown, we were driving behind a truck, and the truck had a lot of these car tires, and some of them came down in front of us, and we thought we are not reaching them. But we reached there. So if you remember, I have seen some of them. I was there too. So that was 2003, number the second year. Okay, there's another. So my wife, Swornalata, Dilli. He had a short hair at the time. And then Nancy and Sharma and Dhrita Kumar's little baby. Now it's not baby anymore, but then it was a baby, right? So, and then this was the business meeting, right? A lot of people in that meeting, and there was quite a good, interesting meeting. You will also see Jupiter over there. We remember him, and tomorrow we'll hear more about Nancy is here too. So that was the meeting that we had, and a lot of things were discussed. But the joy was to get together like here, speak at Dilli, to see all the places, people. So that was one of the things. So I know we had some entertainment. We were trying to play around and goofy around. And unfortunately, what we'll say is, in the beginning, there were brothers, again, Bangladesh, Sinha, but they have not been able to attend for a while. And then the kids, they are still kids, but now they're grown up. No poor is that. Yeah, so those were the days that we had. And there were very few people, so we tried to communicate by sending out letters that who is doing what, where they're going. So when we were going to India, we were this journey, and Lalit, Swornalata, and myself, we were traveling to India, and everyone said, okay. So it was like a family mission. So there were next year in Jupiter, at that time, Shanti coming, right? So it's like that we try to communicate to one another, like always, still out in the cloud. So that's how we did in 95, 96, and we started making the journals, right? Dilli Sharma was there. He used to do some of that, right? Now we have longin and other electronic articles coming up. Very good improvement. Then look at this, like, wow! 2015, right? From 12 people, now it's a full, and we don't have even camera coverage anymore. So it's growing and growing, and now as we are, and our president is there, very happy Lukoy in the front. So he's there, and now today we are here in Sharma, beautiful city of Sharma, right? Look at this picture. I don't know who that do this. Yeah, somebody. It's very nice. So I would like to again thank our Sharma residents and Nama members for such a beautiful way of presenting our association. And I would also like to say that Nama. This one I want to say.
Ready, right?
Please keep a quiet for a few necessary. So many people say, Nama, what is Nama? What do you do? And if those people who don't attend Nama, they just try to move up or say, what is Nama? Nothing. You don't do nothing. But I would like to say to those who are present here that Nama is the oldest organization, international organization out of its native places. And it has a lot of meaning to many people in Manipur and around the world. So we should be very, very proud to be a Nama member. And we should work hard that it grows. And now with all these younger ID experts, it's not that difficult to communicate among ourselves in India, in Bangladesh, or in Manipur. So keeping in contact with one another, and I think all our secretary and organizers are going to present what they do compared to what they did before. So this is much improvement, and it's going upward. So we want to invite as many people and friends to experience that Nama is not just a name, it has a meaning behind, and I'm very proud to be a member of Nama, right? Yeah. So, long live Nama! Yeah! Long live! Nama! Long live! Nama! Good. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Tamo. Thank you, Cecilia.
And I would also like to say to respected guests. First of all, I would like to say that we are so grateful to the Muslim forces for taking so much of effort to make this association here is meeting successful.
Thank you. Maybe potentially Dilli Kebola.
It is the only day in one year. Oh, in Mr. Lam. Ato. Ahalaman. Ayun kaya siya natin ko. Si may tiron na kaya ni, but kasukay ni. Ato ay na kamzang mo ito. Marati, ako isasin sila. Tayo. Kasi mo ay takre, si Mana hao na mag-say, ay na kayo ko. Ay, ma, hao ko may, ay ko tayo. Kaya hindi ko ay tayo. Ay kaya speaking rule ka lang say. Ay isasin si Bernard kami ba ay say. No, it is amro sa magkaroon ko ikaragkangan ba kayo? At numik amatin ko pa ay ko ginama numit sila ahalamin sila English na bra gabi ay ko mo ay it's okay. I think my God feeling I don't go. And then
Angnalami, Maramarta, Surjalal, Amadi, Lalit, Tamu Jupiter, on the Waris Hane, 1992, Nama, Dokun Matamsa, Hobisu, Michael Berina, Weden Hadipo, Ahamala, Pasi, Wikimana, Sakam, Samudre, Adona 1993, the Washington DC, Nama Pantoki, Adula, Kuyam Sasori, Ado, Emily Taramu, Nari, Yambem, the program, Yambem, Aduna, Matunda, Sahi Putin, so Zade, Adu, Putin Matana, fixing the Natum Lake, at the Garden with that. 2006, Tramana Super Nama, Aquina, Bosoerga, Michigan, Nama Pantui, Matamaduda, Michigan, Lego, family, Kutani, Adubu, Tanaba, Midwest, Lego, Mayam, being in Paladina, Matiam Panga, Kebola, Sarita, Apria, Kumiam, Pukhrambam, Latuna, Kumiam, Samu, Naviduna, Azana, Nama Pantui, Namagi Muhaiba Haidabu, Maruina, Anopa, me, Tenaduna, Makam, Tenaduna, Sakam, Makinaba, Punasaminaba, the Ganabi Singidi, the Snail, Serpa Pamba, Asini. Namasatadra, Naina, Tamuda, Hambada, Amana, Aitapani, Munasuba, Silver Jubilee Mini, Adamina Hai, Adadagi, Puna Sarasi, Hadana, Aidi, 26, triple silver Jubilee Matami, Adana, July 5th, Honi had an amount by the Lore, Aduna, Puna, Ticket Salam, Amati Johnson, Ilangum, Puna, Lai, Aroy Badam, and Handasu Sarita, and the one of Mayama, Tina, Mayama, Tinare, Adiga, Nama, Mama, the Tina.
Very important to me. About 23 years ago, Surjalal came all the way from San Diego to Los Angeles to invite me and my husband, Vish, to attend them. Simi was barely a year old. Simi and Santi were barely a year old. So we were very excited. It was very exciting. Just a newly mom, and boarded the plane, and then we went to Toronto, Canada. The moment we entered, that was the time during the O.J. Simpson trial. You know O.J. Simpson? Yeah. And there was a time the Khalistan was just coming to an end. We were there, and in the immigration service, he asked, "Why are you here?" "Oh, we come for the Nama convention." "What? What? What?" I said, Manipuri. Manipuri, what? That was my first impression. Anyway, we had a good time. 2006, Kebola, Priya, Bobby, the pretty, oh, Yambem, and the Moirangthem, 2006, the Nama, Midwest, One of the best nama. Aku yang enthusiastic boy, it was really nice. Okay, so today I'm going to talk something about time. Time is very important. The time we started, the times we gone. I just want each and everyone to look to your neighbor and say hi. Everyone, please. And I want you to choose a number from 1 to 50. Do not say it loud. Just choose a number. 1 to 50. Keep the 1 in mind. So, I'm not going to take too much of your time because time is very important. There was a time that we started as a young couple, young family, and young everything. And there was a time when Tama Jupiter was there. There was a time when Kaka Naba was there. And Tama Dhrita and Chichi Lakshmi, we were there visiting each and everyone. There was also one of the things that I like to appreciate on this time value is Ras and Priya. They already had set up a function to attend today. And my daughter, Simi, just texted him, this is 25th anniversary. We have to go. We need to make the time. And they canceled the program and came all the way from Chicago to here. And we are from Houston driving 15 hours. 15 hours. And with the long traffic on this weekend. This kind of time is very important. So let's celebrate Nama once more time again. Probably when we celebrate the Golden Jubilee, it will be 25 years from now. Okay, I'm looking forward for that. So, what was the number you choose? Raise your hand. 1 to 15. Yes. 15. 15. Okay. Say it again. 50. 1 5 15. Okay. What was the number? Come on. Okay, keep going. Who said 25?
Welcome to Texas from the land